Hey guys, and welcome to the Gamer Shelter. Dan here, joined by Dave for our second map review of the DLC Endgame for Battlefield 3. This time we're looking at the map Operation Riverside, and first will be the look and feel of the map, all the basics, and for that I'm going to hand it over to Dave.
Yeah, so pretty much the first thing you're going to notice when you hop into this map is it's a very brown and yellow map. You can tell straight away that it's the fall map from the DLC. You know, the way that we're going for the 4 seasons and the 4 different maps, which they're doing really well so far. But straight away you'll see all the trees are kind of shedding their leaves, and it's very brown and yellow, and it's a nice looking map. I really do like the look of it.
It's definitely different too.
Yeah, it's different than any other Battlefield map that's out there at the minute, I think.
Yeah. What about the feel? How it plays with everything like that?
The feel is it's so fast paced. It's just chaotic. The flags are just in a straight line, so it's like getting a dirt bike and just go as fast as you can towards the center flag, and the two teams just clash in the middle because there's no like, I guess you can flank, but there's no
there's no reason.
There's no flags to go out to, so you're just going straight down the middle of both of these. It plays very fast, and the vehicles are, again, the same as the last map. Is the vehicles and the perfect amount to go with the infantry. It doesn't feel overpowered, but it's a nice touch to have vehicles in there as well because it adds to the experience.
Definitely, it's definitely another one like the snow one that we talked about last time. It's very Battlefield. It feels like Battlefield. I'm glad that they got a really good mixture of vehicles and infantry here. But to explain the flags really quick, kind of important. They're basically, like Dave said, in a straight line. The top right is A, and the bottom left is E, and they just kind of go down. Obviously, they're a little zigzag, but they're pretty much in a straight line. And the top right is the U.S. spawn, and the bottom left is the Russian spawn. All are connected with roads. There's obviously a couple roads that go straight down through the center, and then there are roads that kind of flank around on the outside, like from A to D and from E to B. They just kind of circle around like that. A is kind of in a little field surrounded by rocks. It's just kind of out there by itself.
Yeah, there's not a lot takes place at that flag. It's kind of a, same with E. They're both the spawn flags. So
yeah.
You're not really doing a whole lot of fighting there.
Less definitely happens at A than even E, though, just because E has a lot of sniping. There's a lot of high rocks around it. You'll get people sniping, and then that's the container flag in this one. Every Battlefield map has to have a container flag, so that's kind of E in this one. And so there's just a lot of cover. So a lot more goes down to E, I'd say, but it's still less than the others, obviously. So that's E, by the way. It's just kind of one building with containers and a lot of high rocks. B is kind of a gas station right down the road from A, and obviously halfway to C. And I don't know, there's not a lot of fighting goes on there either, really.
Yeah, but I find you find a lot of vehicles headed to B because there's so easy routes to get to them. Because either route, both of them are big wide roads, and tanks kind of flock to that because it's easier than driving up the mountains or whatever to get to A or to get to E.
Definitely, it's right across like a bridge from C. So whenever Dave and I, get done with our amazing epic battles that goes on at C, we always just tend to get on a motorbike, drive straight to B because it's right there. It's easy combat because it's kind of open. Obviously, there is some cover, but it's kind of an open area, so it's a really easy gunplay combat going on there. And then C, which is obviously the dropship flag, is inside a warehouse, and it's a really, really nicely designed warehouse. I like it. It's just like a lot of other buildings where you go in and there's a really big ground level, but then there's also the up level with the stairs that go up, and a lot of people you'll see up there. It actually reminds me a lot of, I mean, I'll say Strike at Karkand because it's in Battlefield 3 too, but I was actually going to say Battlefield 2 Strike at Karkand just because it plays really well like it did in Battlefield 2, and I really like that.
I've noticed with the two maps that we've done so far, the C flags, it's DICE, you can see how they wanted the battle to kind of be around the main flag, that C flag. They wanted everyone to fight over the dropship. They didn't want anyone flanking. They just wanted the two teams to clash head on.
Definitely.
That's the way they designed these maps. Like, that's how I feel.
Like, you can definitely tell it in this one too. Like, even the snow one is kind of more of a oddly shaped diamond map, but this one, it's a straight line. They wanted the two teams to start out and just drive straight towards each other like an all-out war, and it really works. Just to describe the last flag really quick, D is like a power station. Dave's not a big fan of this one. It definitely looks really cool. Like the layout of it's really cool. There's kind of a underpass, and it's surrounded by these electrical boxes.
What I love is you see the tanks go into the underpass, and all the infantry can just jump on top of the tank and like blow torch it and throw C4 and stuff on it. It's really cool because the tanks, it's not a very friendly tank flag, like a
dead zone.
Yeah, pretty much.
But next, Dave, you brought this up in the other one, so I wanted to say it really quick. What do you think about adding flags to this one for the PC version?
I think adding flags to this one would add a little bit extra to it because it is so, if you go to PC, you're obviously gonna have more players, and if you have that many players, 64 match, like a 64-man server, 32 against 32, heading straight for C, it's gonna be chaos. So I think they could put an F and a G either side,
Yeah.
Put it out on the left hand side and put one out on the right hand side,
Yeah.
up in the mountains and out on the dirt road. There's no flags, there's nothing really going on out there. So
yeah, I really agree, and it almost looks like that's what they're planning to do. Like it's obviously just speculation, but because the fact that all the flags in a straight line, but then there's those roads that flank really far out on each side, it just seems like they're planning on, okay, a flag can go on each side. To help with.
But I don't think that would take away from the battle on PC because there'll be that many extra players.
Exactly. Unlike in the other map that we reviewed, unlike in that one where it just really seems like every inch of that map is covered properly. So we really don't need that. Dave, the dropship works on this one.
Yeah, the dropship is amazing on this one. But you see, on the last map, the dropship kind of circled around and was always on the edges. This one, the dropship is actually worth fighting for because say you're in your spawn, you got A, B, and C, but they have D and E. The dropship flies straight over all the flags. Like because the flags are in a straight line, the dropship just flies over them. So you just time it perfect. You fall in behind the whole team. You're there behind their whole team. They're fighting for C from they're coming from D towards C. You jump out between D and E, kind of maybe come on D, cap D, and then come up behind them on C. Just do work.
It feels great. And another thing that feels great actually in this map is once again the vehicle gameplay. We've already mentioned it slightly, but to go more into it, it feels fantastic. It's Battlefield, like I said earlier. It's really great. And on this one, instead of having jets here, they throw the little birds in, which does give the vehicles, like the vehicle play, a little bit more of a presence.
It adds to the excitement when, I don't know I think some people don't like when, choppers start chasing or whatever. To me, that's the best part of Battlefield, when I'm on the ground and I'm in a gunfight and I have to kill 3 guys, and the next thing there's a chopper in front of me and I take out my RPG and I'm firing at it and he's firing back at me. That's the best part of Battlefield, not just, just killing a couple of guys, capping the flag and then moving on. The crazy shit.
Yeah, the stuff that makes it Battlefield is what's so great about Battlefield. But it definitely has more of a presence, but it's still perfect. Like I don't know, it feels so good with the vehicle play in this. And I've been using the motorbike a lot more recently because I've been playing with Dave and we use it to capture flags. But Dave, how about the jumps in this? You notice anything? I know people like hearing about it.
The jumps. This map is pretty much the map they designed with all the jumps. There's 6, 7 jumps on this map and they're all huge. You can ramp halfway across the map and then you land and there's another ramp 2 foot in front of you to go straight up again.
Yeah, and it's not like a little piece of dirt. It's no, they built ramps. There's a ramp.
Just straight up ramps. But the only thing it's missing is you can't do backflips. So
yeah, I was actually wondering about that because it's you can pull back on the wheelie and it's just man, if you could do that in the air and do a backflip. I'm kind of surprised because that would have been amazing. But yeah, there's a lot of jumps in this one. It's not something I do too often. I tend to stick to the roads, the safe
I like
little guy. But yeah, I see Dave going whoa, just flying through the sky all the time. But I mean, overall, the map feels great. There's not really anything too specific to say about the maps because, I don't know, I almost see that as a good thing. With the armored kill maps, there was something to talk about. It's man, they're huge, man, the vehicle play. With these, there's not really a specific thing to talk about. It's just that they play well. They're Battlefield.
They're just right.
Yeah, I actually prefer it being more simple like this, It brings me back to Battlefield 2 when things were so simple, and it was just like no one was oh yeah, man, Strike at Karkin with those crazy spots and everything. It was just no, Strike at Karkin's a great map. That's all people talked about. But overall, I love this map. I don't love it as much as the snow one simply because it's the snow one. but I do really like this map. It feels really good. Vehicle play is great. I can't wait to hop into these other maps here and and check out the vehicle play on those too. I'm really
Yeah,
hoping that DICE just perfected it here.
Yeah, so far they've done a really good job.
So, you got anything else you want to throw into the map here, Dave? Any more information?
Other than that, it's such a close second to be in my favorite map.
Yeah.
You know, with all the jumps, like if it had snow with all the jumps, then you know, this
obviously
that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. One thing really quick is we have played Capture the Flag on this one. It plays like Capture the Flag. There's nothing really important about it. Once again, just like the maps in this, it's a straight run back and forth. You know, you just capture those flags. There's nothing really special to say about that. Plus, we already did a review on it, so there'll be a link to that as Capture the Flag as a whole. But overall, I'm loving this DLC so far. It's very balanced. You know, we've seen the infantry gameplay, we've seen the vehicle gameplay. This is the battlefield gameplay. This DLC is really how it seems. I'm loving it. But we want to thank you guys for watching. There'll be annotations to the other reviews we've done, and the ones we haven't done will be out very soon. So like the video if you like it. You can subscribe to see more, and see you next time.